Welcome to the Visa Mo, Sagot Ko, ang kauna-unahang lingguhang talakayan ng mga bagong balita at batas ukol sa Australian Migration Law and Process. Tuwing Miyerkules 6 to 6:30 ng gabi mula sa Auspac Visa. Auspac Visa is a trusted Australian migration agency for Filipinos all over the world. Auspac Visa is the home for all Filipino professionals, skilled workers, partners, families, students, graduates, and trainees who want to visit, live, work, and permanently stay in Australia. Makipanayam dito sa Visa Mo, Sagot Ko, ang kalahating oras na talakayan ng mga balita, batas, proseso, at mga isyung tungkol sa pag-a-apply ng Australian Visa. Kasama niyo po si Teresa Cardona, Director, Lawyer at Registered Migration Agent mula sa Auspac Visa sa Brisbane, Australia. Paalala lang po na ang mga talakayan at mga impormasyong mababanggit sa programang ito ay sa pawang mga impormasyon lamang at hindi payong legal at hindi rin at walang kinalaman sa mga personal at natatanging sitwasyon ng mga nanonood at nakikinig. Ang Australian Immigration Law ay madalas na nagbabago kung kaya't makabubuti na ugaliing magsayasat at humingi ng payong akma sa inyong pansariling pangangailangan. At ngayon, live mula sa Brisbane, Australia, ang inyong host at tagapagtalakay ng mga balita, issue, batas at proseso na nauukol sa Australian Migration and Visa Application, Teresa Cardona, Director, Lawyer, and Registered Migration Agent from Auspac Visa.
Hello, good evening everyone. So it's Wednesday, Visa Mo, Sagot Ko. Hatid po sa inyo ng Auspac Visa. This is every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We are actually broadcasting from our Manila office at this point in time. So magandang gabi, magandang hapon mula sa Manila at para naman sa mga nandiyan sa Australia, magandang gabi na po sa inyong lahat. And thank you very much, RC Cristobal Simbacom, watching from Melbourne. Magandang gabi sa mga taga Melbourne. Okay, so our program today is not specific in a topic. So wala po tayong topic for discussion ngayon because we feel that there will be a lot of questions about the different changes going on. So if you have some questions, help us to know them by putting them sa comment section sa inyo pong screen o kaya sa inyong mobile phone, and then we will try to answer them straight away, no? So habang pagpapalipas ng oras, may mga changes pa rin, no, that I'd like to make mention, but I'm not going to explain this more in detail because I think it's all over the news. Of course, in changes surplus 485 English requirements, no? So the surplus 485 English requirement now is 6.5. No? So it was previously it was 6.0, and now anyone who is applying for surplus 485 in both streams, so pwedeng sa graduate work visa streams o kaya naman either sa post-study stream, kailangan nyo na po to prepare and get a 6.5 IELTS test or equivalent with no lower than 5.5 in any components. And also, just would like to remind you, kung kayo po if you had the English test certificate in the past, the surplus 485 has a different requirement now in terms of validity. So your English certificate is valid only for 12 months. No? So medyo maikli. It used to be 3 years. Now it's down to 12 months. So they want a pretty much updated English certificate for surplus 485. Jen Reyes saying good evening po, watching from Brisbane. Hi Jen, kamusta ka na? Hope everything is going well with you and your family. Now also, student visa applicants. Medyo mukhang mahirap ang mga student visa applications at this stage, because there's so many changes. Changes from the school, changes from the Department of Home Affairs, changes para sa mga financial requirement, and the ridiculous way of refusing not only the visa application, pero yung school application, yung school admission. There's so many colleges just refusing yung pag-apply nyo to be enrolled in the course, no? So, yan po ay nangyayari at this stage in time. So, they're very particular about your genuine temporary entrant in the past, but we know now that it has changed to genuine student requirement, no? So, almost the same naman, wala namang masyadong nagbago, except for the fact na pwede nyo nang gamitin yung PR pathway as, as your reasons to come to Australia. Kasi dati, iniiwasan yun eh. So ngayon, instead of just saying that you are going to stay in Australia temporarily and only for only for the purposes of study in Australia. Now it's different. No? You can just say, I'm studying in Australia in the prospect of getting a permanent residency in the future. So pwede na yung ganon, no? But you have to answer all the specific questions that are now outlined by the department, no? Doon sa Direction 106 or Ministerial Direction 106. No? Yeah, Mary Jane Cabal Aniel, good evening daw. Watching from Vietnam. Okay. So, kumusta kayo dyan sa Vietnam? Magandang hapon na ba siguro? No? Anyway, so, yun yung mga changes natin. No? So, it may be difficult for Filipinos now to get student visa approvals. But it's still available, provided that you meet these different requirements and that you are genuinely coming to Australia to study. And just a few minutes ago, I received a text message from one of the colleagues saying that Philippines is now increased to level 3 country. I haven't confirmed it yet because I need to see some directives, but the colleague of mine is working in the school sector and providing informations about what's going on in the area of education and enrollment. So it's not a welcome news kasi kung ilalagay nila sa level 3, kung ilalagay nila sa level 3 ang Philippines, ay lalo po tayong mahihirapan kasi there will be some restrictions kung sino lang yung pwedeng magbigay ng financial documents. And merong mga restrictions sa pangarap nyo na kasama agad yung inyong mga families, no? Kasi medyo pagbabawalan agad yon, not until I think you stayed in Australia for 12 months. And then you can get your family to Australia. But anyway, so that's what's in at the moment. So, but increasing Philippines to level 3 country, I haven't confirmed it yet, but I've got the news that, Philippines was just put to level 3. So that's something that I will have to confirm with you next week. And tell you whatever will be restricted if you belong to a level 3 country. I'm hoping it's not true, but I think it's true. But anyway, it is what it is. It's going to be difficult, but at least, the department will have to screen kung sino lang talaga yung genuinely coming to Australia to study. Okay, so may nakikita na ako mga questions, no? So maybe we can put them on the screen so that we can answer them kasi nga Q&A session lang naman ito. So from RC Cristobal Simbaco, sabi niya, attorney, currently I am on a student visa, certificate 4 in commercial cookery plus diploma of hospitality management, and living in the regional area in Victoria with my sister. She's been living here for more than 5 years and an Australian citizen. Can I ask if after my 485 visa, can we apply for 491 family-sponsored visa? Or ano pa pwedeng visa na applicable for me given this situation? Yeah, you don't even need to wait for your 485 to finish. Now, as soon as you get the positive skills assessment from PRA, assuming that you finish your job ready program and you have the points for the 491 family sponsored visa, you can go ahead and do your expression of interest. But that is still subject to invitation. So you can only apply for 491 if you are invited. So if you're invited, then yes, you can. Okay. Yeah, so any other questions? Because I can, all right. Um, from Alaya Jamila, what does that mean if level 3 tayo? Okay, yun nga yung ina-explain ko kanina. No? Kung level 3 tayo, syempre, high-risk country tayo. So, dati level 2, kaya nga minsan na-waive natin yung financial capacity requirements at saka yung English requirement. Pero pagka nasa level 3 ka, then it's a must, no? Meaning to say, yeah, you have to put the financial evidence requirement, and then yung English test or English test certificate, then you have to put it as well. And also, in terms of the people who can present financial evidence, it will be limited. So kung noon, you can use your auntie, your uncle, or anyone pwedeng mag-support. Now, it's going to be limited to certain number of people lang, no? Which could be yourself or your parents, no? So, but this is not yet confirmed. No? I have to expand on that. Pero in the past, ganun po yung nangyari sa pagka ni-raise ka sa level 3. But with now, I don't know if there's going to be any more changes, but that's what happened and for a level 3 country. The Philippines has always been a level 2 country for vocational educational sector, and for bachelor naman, level 1 tayo. So, hindi ko pa alam kung anong level yung level 3 applicable, whether it's a vocational program or including the bachelor program or yung higher program. So, that's something that I need to confirm until next week when we go on live. No? So, I will update you on that. RC Cristobal ulit. Attorney, any tips for citizenship examination? Is this for you now? RC, kakatanong mo pala ito po na iba. But anyway, tips for citizenship examination. Naku, hindi naman mahirap. You just have to read the pamphlet ng citizenship on becoming an Australian citizen. Yeah, so ganun lang. And syempre, relax lang when you're taking the test. Take your time. The test is for 20 minutes. For those who are, who are more prepared, they finish it in 5 minutes. Pero kung sa'yo or to anyone taking the test, just relax, take your time. Kung hindi kayo sure, then balikan nyo na lang. No? So you have 20 minutes to do that. So, pero basahin ang pamphlet. Huwag manghula ng sagot sa test. I think I saw some greetings a while ago. Sandali na. Yeah. Sabi ni Jen Reyes, attorney, yung PR po ba na-expire? Kung indefinite stay, hindi na-expire. Kaya lang, merong validity usually, no? Minsan 5 years. You don't need to apply anything if you're staying in Australia. Pero if you're going out and traveling, you need to have an RRB kung feeling mo ay tapos na yung 5 years period. Simula nung nag-grant yung iyong permanent residency. No? Kaya sana, bago matapos yun o bago ka lumabas, nag-apply ka na ng citizenship para naman Australian passport na yung gagamitin mo. And you can come in and out of Australia without any worries of the RRB later on. Okay, so is there anything else? From Michelle Nicolas Abrogena, hello attorney. Can we apply for 407 onshore? Holding visitor visa and husband student visa holder. Thanks for. Yes, you can, as long as you don't have the 8503 condition in your current visa, whatever it is. If it's student visa or tourist visa, as long as you don't have the 8503 condition, yes, you can do a 407 visa. And of course, if you meet all the requirements. Okay, so from Jose Paulo Alonso, makaka-apply pa rin po ba ng student visa onshore? Yes, definitely yes. You can still apply for onshore. It's just really a question on whether you can get the approval. No? Kasi if you can convince the immigration on the genuineness of your stay in Australia, then you get the visa approval. If you don't get the visa approval and you still want to continue on with your studies, pwede pa rin naman by using or by making an application for an appeal or a review of the decision. In that case, you will have to go to the tribunal. And even if the visa has expired or even if the visa application was refused, but if you have the AAT tribunal pending, you can still stay in Australia and you can still uh, do whatever you're doing under the bridging visa A. But you have to continue on with your studies kung talagang gusto mong mag-aral sa Australia. In order to prove as well, kung nandun ka na sa tribunal na talagang desidido ka mag-aral. So yes, onshore student visa application, yes, you can. It's just that you have to answer those questions and you have to prove those questions as well. And meeting all the other requirements of the visa application. Euphraisa in Eric Salvador, ang tanong niya, how about po onshore po attorney? Mag-a-apply po ulit ng student visa. Holder na po ng student visa, mag-further study pa rin. Pahirapan pa rin po. Salamat po attorney. Oo, kasi walang separate criteria for onshore and offshore. Pero if you have noticed, in-explain ko last time, merong separate requirements for onshore students. Merong mga separate questions for them that you need to justify kung bakit kailangan nyo pang mag-aral at mag-apply ng student visa dito, ano na yung mga kinuha nyo, at paano yan nakakatulong sa inyong career goal. And then you will have to expand on your immigration history in Australia. But talking about just mere application, student visa application, yeah, of course, it's still available for you. So it would just really be a question on how persuasive your application can be in order to make the case officer approve the application. Okay. Okay, from Ale Convento. Sabi niya, hello po, attorney. If ever I'll granted with the 482 visa, can I also apply for 190 visa while at 482 kahit wala pang 2 years? Yes, definitely yes. In fact, a lot of people are doing that while they are on a 482 visa, and if they think they met and eligible for 190 and they were invited to apply for the visa, then they do it. You just need to wait for the result of your application. But yes, definitely it can be done. Hi, Aline de los Reyes. Good to see you. Oy, thank you for watching. And nice to see you watching us. Maraming salamat, Aline. And kumusta kayong lahat dyan? I'm not so sure if you're still in Kilcoy, but wherever you are, kumusta kayong lahat? And sa mga Filipinos dyan. Thank you for coming. Okay, so right, si RC Cristobal Simbaco, the test is for my brother naman po. Okay. So, nandyan yung sister mo, andyan yung brother mo, at nandyan ka rin. So, good. So, lahat kayo, ang family ay andyan na pala. Anyway, so fingers crossed para sa brother niya. Attorney, clarify ko lang po. So, possibly after my courses, kahit hindi na po ako mag-apply ng 485 pa, but rather I can start na po doing my EOI para ma-invite at kapag successful, that's the only time na makakapag-apply ka pa lang ng visa. Kapag makakapag-apply ka lang ng visa if you are invited. So, you will be stupid, excuse my word, you will be stupid not to do your 485 because doing an EOI will not give you a bridging visa. So, which means to say, kapag ka nag-lapse yung 485 mo, even if you've done your EOI, you will still be unlawful, right? So, really, what you need to do is before the expiry of your student visa, you need to apply for your 485 because the EOI that you submitted is probably not going to give you any invitation straight away. So, you need to do that. No. So don't waste your 485. And also, sabi mo kasi chef ka or commercial cookery, if you're doing the JRP program, then that will take 12 months. No? So I'm not so sure sa timing mo, no? But that will take 12 months in order to get the full skills assessment as a chef if you're coming from student visa and doing the job ready program. So I'm not so sure about your timing, but I'm just explaining and answering your questions. So, yeah. Okay, so from Catherine Espiritu, hello po. Subsequent entrance po ng 485, around how much po dapat ang financial proof? Sagot 485 has no requirement for finances. It's not a student visa, so 485 is 485. Okay, so from Abby Bige, is that right? Na-pronounce ko ba ng tama yan? Hi, attorney. Husband ko po graduated criminology course dito sa Philippines. May possibility po bang makapag-apply siya sa social worker and current work niya po dito sa Philippines is police officer? Thank you po. Mag-a-apply for skilled migration as a social worker or mag-a-apply ng student visa para maging social worker? Either way, anyway, so if you graduated criminology, now the most aligned occupation is of course police officer, and therefore dapat dun ka rin sa police enforcement or enforcement officer, no? Kung pupunta ka sa Australia, can't be social worker because social worker is different. So magkakaroon ng problema sa relationship and relevance ng work experience mo sa qualification mo or likewise, no? Yung qualification mo sa work experience mo or work experience mo sa qualification mo because they're not aligned to each other. All right. Yeah, so Eva Turquesa Palo, if in the event po na ang application is refused, does Auspac visa still provide assistance with dispute and will that be an extra charge? Okay, dispute with whom? Paki ulit yun, Shania. If in the event po na application is refused, okay, kung ang application is refused, magpo-provide ba ang Auspac visa sa disputes? Yun ang question. Kaninong dispute? Dispute sa eskwelahan? Dispute sa iyong migration agent? Dispute dun sa iyong lawyer? And will that be an extra charge if we're doing the tribunal to appeal? Well, basically, dispute is different. No? That's a civil matter. It's not an immigration law matter. So, we will not give the service ng dispute resolution because that's not our area. So, ang area namin is immigration law. Ngayon, kung ang dispute mo sa eskwelahan dahil meron kang binabawig pera or something, we can give you assistance on that, no? Based on whatever we can pull out under ESOS Act, that's all. Pero kung civil matter, that's something that is not within our expertise. So you will be better off getting a lawyer specializing in dispute resolution or maybe a commercial lawyer if it has, if it is a commercial matter. Okay, from Hilda Bacayo-Weber. Thank you, Hilda, for coming yesterday para sa isang kliyente. Hi, Ma'am Teresa. Good evening po. Watching from Brisbane, what are the factors for double grant sa partner visa? Salamat po. Yes, it is possible that you can get a double grant. So, one is if it's a long-term relationship before you made an application, meaning to say mga 5 years na kayong mag-asawa or more than 5 years, and then nag-apply kayo ng partner visa, yeah, that would be one factor that can be considered for double grant. O kaya naman, ang tagal-tagal ng process ng inyong application, so umabot na kayo sa mahabang panahon ng pag-aantay, yep, that could be a factor for double grant. o kaya naman may mga children involved, may anak or merong anak yung naging partner mo na meron naman compelling and compassionate ground, yes, yun, isang factor yan para sa double grant. So yeah, we had a double grant recently. Now the relationship is very very new. So I think they got married nearly 1 year, but she's pregnant and they're living in the regional part of Northern Territory where everything seems to be difficult, including the medical, including all those hardships that she will need to go through while looking after the newborn baby in order just to comply with all the requirements. So yeah, we get a double grant for that application. So it depends. No? Iba-ibang pangyayari. Okay, so from Romeo CM, hi attorney, on process na po ang TSS 482 visa namin. Ang problem, mag 445 na ako. Pwede ba ang wife kong mag-apply ng PR kung mahanap siya ng work or sponsor under my 482? Yeah. So, kung makahanap siya ng pwedeng mag-sponsor sa kanya para makarating kayo sa PR, yes, pwede. Oo, but it will be a different application. Kasi kung ma-approve yung iyong 482, then dependent siya. But it doesn't mean to say that she will be stuck in your visa. She will have the visa, but then if someone wants to offer her a position na mas may PR pathway, then she can also have her own 482. And then when she's eligible to do the 186, which is the PR application, then maybe you can join. So, o kaya, baka maunang matapos yung 482 mo, mas matagal yung sa kanya, pag matatapos na, din pwede kang mag-join sa kanya. So, gano'n. It's all about timing, no, when it comes to immigration. Timing and opportunities, very, very important. From Berna Alterolo, ang tanong niya, hello po, just got married yesterday sa Aussie partner ko. Ano po ang magandang visa to apply po? Are you in Australia or somewhere else? So if you're in Australia, yeah, partner visa is the best visa for you. From Pete A. Castillo, attorney, I was late po. Thank you. At talaga palang nakaano kami sa sa oras mo. Parang classroom, ano? May nalilate at may maagang dumadating. But anyway, thank you very much for all the people coming every Wednesday. So maraming salamat po. Yeah, ang tanong ni Pete A. Castillo, attorney, I was late, Philippines is level 3 na po, meaning English test and proof of funds are mandatory na. Yun, okay. Yun nga yung na-explain ko kanina lang, Pete, na I received a communication na tayo daw ay level 3 na. So which means is that, yep, financial evidence, English would be all mandatory. Actually, yung financial at saka yung English, in our practice, we always require those things just to make sure na may pambayad yung mga kliyente sa mga gastusin sa student visa. But, making it mandatory is different, no? Kasi pag mandatory, then you will have to comply with all the requirements of the financial capacity, no? Including yung period kung kailan nandoon yung pera sa bangko. And then you will also be subjected sa kung anong bangko lang ang pwedeng magbigay ng evidence of funds, no? Hindi lahat ng klaseng bangko. There will be a list of major banks na pwede lang i-consider ng immigration. So it will become, onerous on the side of the clients, but they will have to do it in order to convince the immigration that they meet the genuine student requirements. So, ganoon. And also, yung sinasabi nga, another development din nga is yung 8503 condition for tourist visa. The minister said that it's going to be increased. So marami ngayong mga tourist visa applications na bibigyan ng 8503 to avoid people making an application for a different visa after the tourist visa. So don't be surprised that even if it's just an ordinary tourist visa, there will be an 8503 condition. So which will not allow you to apply for any visa while onshore. Okay, so that's another development in Australian immigration law. Okay, so anything else? Right, so from J. Ann for Metera White, ma'am, I'm confused. If ever apply ako sa student visa po here in Port Hedland, pwede bang mag-study sa TAFE po since it is the only available school here in this area? Okay, in that question, yes ang sagot. Pwede mag-study sa TAFE. Kaso, may nagsabi sa akin din daw, di daw pwede, need daw sa university which is in Perth. Okay, of course, depende yan sa course mo. And depende yan sa career pathway mo, no? Kasi baka naman ikaw ay meron ng higher qualification tapos babalik ka sa TAFE, then baka magkaroon ng problema sa genuine student requirement. Now, can you please expand on this, ma'am? I'd like to know more about this matter. Thanks, ma'am. Okay, just like what I've said, it's not just merely a question of whether the school is available in your area or not. It's more than that because there are different requirements when you apply for student visa. And I mean, the core requirement, just like before, is to convince the immigration that you are a genuine student and that you meet all the requirements. Now, with all the requirements, then you will have to show how is this course going to assist you or to help you in your career pathway, and why are you choosing that school, and why are you electing to study that particular courses na kinakinukuha mo. So, it's more on you being a genuine student. So, ano ba yung ginagawa ng totoong estudyante? Kung mag-aaral sila, no? At bakit sila nag-aaral. So, that's something that you need to look into. Ngayon, just like what I've said, if you are a bachelor degree holder already and then suddenly you're going to TAFE, and that may not be consistent anymore to your career goals, to your career pathway, because mataas yung bachelor tapos bababa ka. So that's downgrading. You need to be upgrading. So if you have the bachelor degree, you need to do master's degree. And in that case, you will have to go to Perth, where master's degree are available. Okay? So don't confuse yourself. It's just really finding out what you can and what you cannot do based on the genuine student requirement at this time. It can only get confusing. This is not only for you, but for all the student visa applicants and those who are planning to come to Australia to study. It can be confusing because you don't really get what you want because maraming red flag na nakikita kayo and yet you still wanna do it. My advice there is medyo baguhin muna kasi at this point in time it's very hard. Mahirap maaksayahan ng pera. Okay. So next question, sorry. Alfie Convento, again, from attorney, if bringing a de facto partner as dependent of a 482 visa na same gender, what are the requirements para maging subsequent entrant? Oh, well, it's exactly the same thing as those other people. I mean, ordinary people. You're not treated differently by law. So if you have a de facto partner of same sex, then you need to prove that you have lived together for 12 months. You need to prove the financial documents proving that you are, in fact, in partnership. And then we need to prove the household situation in your between the two of you. You need to prove the social aspects of your relationship, meaning your relatives, your friends know that you are partners. Now, and then of course your commitment to each other. Now, in the case of Australia, of course, you can get married, but in the case of the Philippines, there's no such thing as that. But living together for 12 months and proving that you are living together like husband or husband-wife, whatever it is, then it's okay. The evidence is not easy, so it requires proper documentation and and more on developing the relationship timeline and all the different declarations and submissions. But it can be done on our side. Of course, it's easy because we've been doing that for 17 years. Maybe on your side, it can be confusing. So if you think you will need some help, then come to us. We can definitely help you. And we'll make it easier for you. Okay? From Ver Sabanal. Hi, attorney. I'm a restaurant manager on a 482 visa. My visa was granted on the 21st of September 2022. I started my employment on 28th of November 2022. With the 1860 RT, it requires 2 years. However, I'm short of 2 months. Is there a bridging visa I can apply for 1860 RT once my visa expired? What's my best option for PR? I'm 41 years of age. Okay, maganda yung tanong ni Ver because that is the common dilemma, the common problem nung nanggaling sa 482 papunta ng 186. Kasi karaniwan talaga kinukulang ng buwan, yung iba nga araw lang, yung iba 3 araw lang para makumpleto yung 2 years requirement. But there's nothing much you can do but apply for another 482. And then as soon as you hit the 2 years completion, then you apply for 186. Unfortunately, magastos, but talaga, kesa sa mawala yung opportunity. I mean, that's a fault of the law. Ika nga, sana kahit kaunti, kaya lang, it is what it is, no? That's the law and you can't really shift the dates, no? And humingi ng kaunting allowance. And there's no such thing as allowance and there's no such thing as bridging visa. And don't attempt to change visa para lang makasave, no? Sabihin mo, mag-apply muna ako ng tourist visa kasi pag na-hit ko yung 2 years, mag-apply na ako ng 186. No, don't be tempted to do that. No, you have to be a 482 visa holder in order to be eligible for 186 visa. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, going. Now, Leah Ann Ananias Perez. So, ang question naman ni Leah, ni Leah, hi, attorney, if mag-extend ka po ng student visa dahil kulang lang po ng 4 months ang student visa po, ang apply po for 85B and apply po for 85 visa pero may experience po as cook sa Pinas and okay, so medyo dire-diretso. Hoy, nako. Pag nagtanong naman kayo, lagyan nyo ng period. Naku, kawawa naman ako dito. Ay, nako. So, pakilagyan ng period so I can take a break naman. Okay, so, hi, attorney. If mag-extend po ng student visa dahil kulang lang ng 4 months ang student visa and then mag-a-apply ng 485 visa. Okay, so okay yun. Now, student visa, kulang ng 4 months, mag-a-apply ulit ng student visa to cover the 4 months that is missing out. So, okay yun. And then, kung naka-485 siya at may experience siya as a cook sa Pinas at dito sa Australia as cook for 1 year and 6 months, ano gagawin? Anong gagawin? Anong gagawin? So, okay. So, student visa ka and then kulang ng 4 months yung visa, magre-renew ka o kukuha ka ng bagong student visa, that's okay. And that will make you eligible for 485. Pero kung may experience ka na as a cook sa Philippines or even in Australia for 1 and 6 months, will that be eligible for you to apply for PR? Is that the question? Maybe not because you will need a skills assessment from TRA. And if you're going to use your overseas qualification, you will need at least 5 years work experience as a cook. I-combine mo man yan sa Australian experience mo, you will still need at least a minimum of 3 years para mabigyan ka ng positive skills assessment ng TRA. So the easier pathway would be, get your 485 and then do the job ready program in order for you to be assessed as a chef and then apply for something else. But if you are a cook with 1.5 years of experience, add ka lang ng another 6 months at kung merong employer willing to sponsor you as a cook with a 2 years work experience requirement, then go for it. But you still need a skills assessment if you're using your overseas qualification because you are on a Philippine passport. I hope I hope that's clear, no? Kasi yung cook is different, no, from a chef. Yung skills assessment mo as a chef, makukuha mo yun under job ready program. Pero kung gusto mong madaliin or i-bypass yung 485 at saka yung job ready program, di ka naman makakawala as a cook because you still need the skills assessment. And that skills assessment will be compromised kasi TRA will ask for your 3 years work experience as a cook. And then you can apply for 482 or the skilled migration pathways. Okay. Sana may period to, ha? Okay, so from Eva. When we get the assistance of Auspac visa with partner visa 820 application and in the event of refusal, will Auspac visa provide assistance with a dispute in AAT and will it be extra charge? Thank you po. Okay. First of all, if we're going to get your application for subclass 820, we are not going to lodge if we're not sure that it's going to be approved. And therefore, we have 100% approval rating for partner visa. So for our clients, we really don't need to go to AAT. Okay? For other clients, yes, we represent them to AAT, but they did not come from our agency. Okay? Now, if in case, halimbawa man, ikaw yung magiging una na marirefusean kami ng partner visa, halimbawa man, because that's your question, it will depend, no? We can definitely assist you with AAT, but whether it's free of charge or not is something that we need to talk about because it will depend on the issues of refusal or the reasons of refusal. Kung ang reason ng refusal is because you lack documentation or you lack evidence to prove the relationship, tapos hindi mo kami binibigyan ng mga evidence na gano'n, anong magagawa namin? So, the fault will be on you and therefore we need to charge. No? Pero kung ang fault ay nasa amin, well, obviously, we don't want that to happen. And yes, we will do the tribunal. Kung sa service charge, yeah, we can give it, pero yung application fee, that's something that we will need to talk about. But really, to be direct to the point, that's something that we don't think for our partner visa applicants. No? We always make sure that we will get the visa for them. And it's tribunal, not for our clients. That's something that I will not want and that I will I don't know, kasi di pa nangyari sa amin eh. So I can't speak much more than what I have just said. Okay? Yep. So next. Marjorie Perez. Attorney, my student visa will expire next year. Ano po ang magandang gawin once malapit na po ang expiration? Wala po kasi akong makitang employer na mag-sponsor pa. Now, well, I will answer that with a question. Are you not eligible for 485 visa, the graduate visa? Because if you're eligible, that's the next thing that you will need to do. And if your course is aligned with any of the skilled occupations that's listed in MLTSL, STSOL, or ROL, then your next step will be after the application of the 485, then you will need the skills assessment, the application for your skills assessment. You will need to find out what are the requirements for your skills assessment. Like, for example, for VITA-SES, you cannot, apply straight away because most of the requirements of VITA-SES is 12 months work experience. So you will need to complete the 12 months work experience in your nominated occupation and then apply for your VITA-SES and then do the skilled migration. Okay, so it depends on what course you're studying and whether it's eligible for anything after that. The problem there is if the course that you're getting is not eligible for 485, because then what can you do? You will have to go to another student visa, go to partner visa, but it's up to you. Depende sa circumstances mo. Okay. From Menang Labugen. From Menang Labugen, galing sa kanya ang question. Hi, attorney. Good evening po. Kailangan po ba talaga minimum 3 years work experience dito sa AU para makapag-apply ng direct entry visa 186? For my exemption po. There's no exemption for 3 years work experience, but it is not necessarily from Australia. Okay, the work experience doesn't require that it has to be done in Australia. So if you have work experience somewhere in the last, 5 years as recent experience, then yeah, you can use that. But there's no exception na ibig sabihin pwede bang 2 years na lang. No, it's a direct entry. You have to be highly skilled and it's a permanent visa. That's very, very precise. And you need to support your 3 years work experience and really convince the immigration that it's in fact 3 years, minimum of 38 hours per week, and has to be full time. Yeah. Pasensya na. Okay. So from Knowledge Clave, attorney asking regarding po sa birth certificate ng anak ko po. Kasi by next year, after may mag-grade 12, after niya sigurong mag-grade 12, mag-aaral siya sa Australia, Melbourne. Sa birth certificate niya po, ay salamat may period to. Thank you, at least may pahinga ng kaunti. Okay. Sa birth certificate niya po ay ako lang ang nakalagay na parent, nanay, wala pong tatay. And same kami ng middle and surname. Magka-problema po kaya yun nasa Australia na anak ko po. Di po ba lalabas na parang kapatid niya po ako? Maraming salamat po. Okay. You're overthinking it, no? Wala pang question on. So, but it can happen, no? Pwedeng magkaroon ng suspicion ang immigration. But as far as the document is concerned, and as far as the passport will be concerned, kung meron siyang passport, meron siyang document, so yeah, ganoon ang relationship niyo. You're the mother and she's your daughter. Ngayon, kung pareho kayo ng pangalan, that's another question. Pero in most of the times, there are no inquiries about that, no? It is what it is, ika nga. Pero if, say, for example, you yourself have some doubts about all these things, then, of course, immigration will also have some doubts. Kung meron silang suspicion, then immigration will request for you to explain. And normally, the explanation will be not because you have the same names, middle name and surname. It is more of proving whether the child is your biological child. Okay. Now, once that question comes up, then you will have to prove that the child is your biological child by one, giving the medical records of your daughter kung saan mo siya pinanganak. And then second, maybe certification from the hospital and records in the school that you were in fact named as the mother of the child, and all different records that could prove that you are the mother of the child. Now, in other cases, if it is not convincing enough, then immigration can actually ask you to undergo a DNA testing just to find out whether that child is a biological child of yours. Okay? So once DNA is done and immigration is convinced that the child is yours, then the child is yours. So walang problem yon. So the inquiry about the names could raise a suspicion, but the question of proving it is not about surname, it's not about the name, but it's more on whether or not the child is your biological child. Okay? Cassandra A. Supetran, question naman niya, hi attorney, can a 485 dependent apply student visa once the 485 visa expires? Ano daw? Sorry, can a 485 dependent apply student visa? Ah, okay, yeah, I get it. Nawala na to sa isip ko kasi this is not being entertained anymore, no? The direction of the minister is very clear, no? If you come for 485 going back to student visa, it's a no. You can apply, but it may be refused based on the directives, based on the recent directives of the immigration, unless of course you have persuasive reasons why you are doing that. But definitely you can apply. It's just a question of whether it's going to be refused or going to be approved. Kasi before, nagagawa yun. After ng 485, you go student visa with, very less issue. And the possibility of the student visa getting approved is very high. Pero with the direction now and with all this restriction with student visa, probably not. The likelihood of it getting approved is low. But if you want to make an application, you can still do it. If it's refused, then maybe you can go to the tribunal to prove your point if it's not considered by the case officer. Okay, so we are closing in few minutes. So if you have some more questions, go and put them now so that we can read all of them. But before we read some more questions, uh, do you know what to do in something like this? Now we are doing live every Wednesday. So please invite your friends, like or follow the page, and share the page so that other people would know. And also, if some of you would need specific advice on whatever issues, whatever concerns you have with Australian immigration law problems, you are free to book our consultation. So we do have consultation every day, but you have to be very quick because they do get fully booked very quickly. And if it is urgent, only if it's urgent, you can call my direct line. But if it's not urgent, please go to the booking platform and select a time that you can meet me in order to discuss your concern. But the consultation is always 30 minutes, so it will be better if you give us more information before the meeting so we have the time to actually go through all those information and all those documents that you wanted us to see. And if you can prepare your questions before the meeting, that will help, facilitate our meeting rather than not knowing anything at all para naman satisfied kayo dun sa inyong consultation. In most of the consultations, minsan di nila nagagamit yung questions nila because it's basically answered in the meeting. So it could be, like this question and answer if you do, but most of the clients would prefer that I explain to them from beginning to the end, and then all the questions are answered. But anyway, so if you need to consult us, just email admin@auspacvisa.com.au or go to our website, www.auspacvisa.com.au. Or if not, in our Facebook page, you message us and you tell whatever concerns you have, and our marketing officer will reply to you with the information on how to book an online consultation or face-to-face consultation. Okay, so I'm not so sure if we have some more questions to end this session. Okay, I think this is the last one. From Rickson Bernardo, good evening, attorney. Question po, when applying for SATBAS 491, skilled work regional provisional visa family sponsored stream, kailangan po ba may ongoing onshore work experience when applying for that visa? Not necessarily, but that will help in the decision to give the invitation to you. Kasi ito naman ay hindi subject dun sa mga state requirements, no? Yung mga state regional requirements, they do ask that you be in the regional area and that you must have at least 12 months work experience and that you have an offer for another 12 months or so and so forth, no? But the family sponsored stream visa is different. Now, if you have the sponsor living in the regional area willing to sponsor you and is a settled citizen of Australia, then they're okay to sponsor you. Ngayon, even if you are outside ng regional area and you submitted that you will have to go to the regional area once the visa is approved, that's okay. So, it's very flexible. Ang pinaka-crucial point dyan, ang pinaka-critical point dyan is, of course, yung invitation. Because even if you've done your EOI under the 491 family-sponsored visa, you will still need to get an invitation. And in most cases, the 491 family-sponsored visa is I think, fourth preference in terms of processing. So, ang una lagi is the 491 and then 190, 189, and the 491 family-sponsored visa. Mainly because hindi identified yun ng state, whatever is your nominated occupation, di identified yun ng state na kailangan nila. Unlike yung mga state sponsorship at saka yung mga regional body sponsorship, identified nila kung ano yung mga occupation na kailangan ng state. That's why sila yung preferred na unahin muna before the family-sponsored visa 491. Okay? So I think that's it for now, and I'll see you on Wednesday for the next episode of Visa Mo, Sagot Ko. Hatid po ulit sa inyo ng Auspac Visa. So Teresa Cardona po from Auspac Visa. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Maraming salamat po. Good night.
Australia, the land of opportunity, natural beauty, and endless possibilities. If you ever dreamed of calling Australia your home, Auspac Visa is here to make that dream a reality. At Auspac Visa, we specialize in helping Filipinos secure the Australian visa they need. Our team of experienced immigration experts is here to guide you every step of the way. From visa applications to paperwork, we handle it all. You can focus on planning your new life down under. And when the time comes, we'll be there with you as you take the oath and become an Australian citizen. Join the thousands of satisfied clients who have made their dreams come true with Auspac Visa. Australia is waiting for you. Contact Auspac Visa today and start your journey towards a brighter future. Auspac Visa, your trusted immigration law services. Call us today or visit our website to schedule your consultation.